Hi everyone. Full disclosure, Best Arc emailed me and wanted me to make a video using their little welder here, and they wanted me to unbox it, show and introduce the outer packaging and all accessories of the machine. Ta-da! Machine appearance and design. I like the appearance and the design. The front layout's pretty nice. Good color, good paint quality on it. So they sent it to me for free to show you guys. Flux core welds aren't the prettiest, but they burn in real good, and it's nice not having to pack a welding bottle around with you if you're going mobile. Should have cleaned the metal a little better. It was pretty rusty. There's one little spot of porosity. The neat thing about flux core is when you get it, say you're welding along and you burn a gap like that, you burn a hole, you can increase your distance and it creates more resistance in the wire so it doesn't arc as hot and you can fill in holes. You can't do that with gas because if you come clear back here, then your gas isn't shielded and you get porosity. So what I'm going to do to fill that gap is just increase my stick out length a little bit so it's colder. Where I think this little welder really shines is on thin wall tubing like this, putting really small MIG welds. Pretty fun little welder. So I turned the wire speed down just a little bit for the same amount of voltage, so it was barely enough wire, and that lets you go slower and watch it burn in, and then it doesn't hump it up as much. And before any of you MIG welding aficionados get up on my case, I should probably tell everybody that between all your passes, you should really chip off all of this little brown slag, because that will create air pockets in your welds and it'll create weaknesses. So get all of this stuff off with a chipping hammer and a wire brush before you run a pass over this pass or the one before it. If you're getting real picky, there's still more that needs to be taken off right here and here. So this synergic mode, that just means that the wire feed and the voltage are tied together and it automatically adjusts when you ramp it up and down, see how they both move. And then if you want to get a little bit more voltage and less wire, you just push this knob in and then it gets you into the volts, and you can creep the volts up to 3 volts more or less. And then if you want to go a little more wire speed in proportion to your voltage, you just go down and you get a minus sign up here showing you that. Pretty cool. And then for this second weld, I just did this pattern. Or you can do like a lazy J. Those are the two that I prefer. There's different ones that work though. Those are my favorites. Comes with a 220 plug, but it also has an adapter to run off 110, like the welds I showed in the first of the video. And it's rated for a little bit over 1/4 of an inch capacity. And then, like I showed you, with flux core you can do 3/8. It's a fairly simple machine to use for beginners. You just pick what you want to do with it, like MIG. They say MIG, but that's anything wire feed. So you put it there, then you choose gas or gasless for flux core. And then this machine's also TIG capable. They don't send a torch with it. It's a lift arc DC, so you can weld steel with it. And then MMA is stick welding. So we'll put it back on MIG for a second. And then this synergic means that it auto compensates your wire speed for whatever voltage, recommended settings. And it works pretty decent, but for intermediate or welders that weld a lot, you'll probably find yourself wanting to fine tune, so you can raise the voltage and keep the same amount of wire feed, or lower it, do a little bit of fine tuning. And then if you want to just put it back to the recommended settings, you just make sure this one up here is 0. Then push the button again. That's back to standard. And then the 2T, that means that it works like a normal gun. You push the trigger and you hold it and the wire keeps coming out. And if you don't want to hold the trigger, then you put it on 4T and then it acts like a off-on switch. So you just tap it and the wire keeps coming out, and then you tap it again to stop at the end of your weld. I prefer 2T because that's just normal. That's the way most welders are. What I really like about it is how compact the little bugger is. And it only weighs, I think, 18 pounds. It's less than 20. So you can pack it wherever you want. I'm definitely going to keep it and probably just keep flux core wire in it, so in case I need to go do mobile welding stuff that's not too awfully thick. I think it'll be a good little welder. The link's in the description below if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching.